What's going on, everybody? This is Kenny Cummins here of Chilling with Kenny C right here on TMVcafe.com. And, I'm joined with not one, but two guests with me. So these two have been all the shining bright. They are the shining light. Shining light. Yeah, that makes sense. Play on words there. Um, so you see them wrestle in the Midwest. You see them wrestle in Mexico. And they are just incredible. They're entertaining. The kids love them. The kids love Hippo a lot, but they love him as well. Uh, I'm joined with Berto and Hippo. How's it going, you
It's
two?
going good, Kenny. How's it going with you, boss?
Good, good. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh,
Truly
thanks for the
appreciate it.
invite, man. We
Yes.
appreciate it.
So January has been a busy month for you both. Going through ups and downs, obviously. I've
Obviously.
so so I first met Bertho and Hippo less than 2 years ago, I believe. New South Wrestling was definitely my introduction of Bertho and Hippo, and I've seen them in numerous promotions over the past couple of years. And Grindhouse, and I've been Gen X, and of course Bullpen. Speaking of Bullpen,
Yes.
I'm gonna be there this coming Saturday at New Albany, Indiana, at a beautiful brewery. So get ready for that. But let's dive into January. Some things have happened. So Berto, in particular, you into the year with the Grindhouse Championship.
I did.
Last year, you won it against Cannon at the
Yes.
biggest Grindhouse show ever. Steel cage match. Ongoing feud between you two. Y'all had definitely one of the best rivalries in the Indiana area, Kentuckiana area, obviously. So a certain individual made his shocking return at the Wumble Wumble show, and I'll let you spare the details of what transpired.
Well, like you said, we won the
Yeah.
championship in April at Rise against Clayton Cannon. And then the following month after that, uh, I was delivered a message over the speaker system, and the person's voice was disguised. And every month after that, it was just another thing, one after another. And finally, I was able to get my hands on this person because he almost cost me the championship twice. And when once I was able to get my hands on him in January, of course, I had to sweeten the deal because that's how me and Hippo are. So I put the title up for grabs, and I had him. I had him. But just the shock and the awe, it just, I know, I mean, you almost see Hippo faint. It was just, it was Oliver Gunner out of
Yeah.
all people. Oliver Gunner. Even Dallas was as shocked as I was, as everybody else was in the arena. And just for that 1 second, I took my eyes and my mind just off the prize and off the match for a second. Next thing you know, I'm on my back 1, 2, 3. But it wasn't that easy either. The referee's back was turned, and he took advantage of the situation with the low blow. And that's sturdy pull, my friend. And trust me, Kenny, it's not over. It's not over for a long shot.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Oliver Garner, he's well known in Kentuckiana. He's been in Grindhouse. He's a Grindhouse mainstay. He's wrestled in numerous places himself. He had to retire because of an injury. I think it was in 2023 when he had to hang up the boots. So we didn't think he was able to come back. And then I'm on social media that day. I wasn't at the show, and I'm scrolling through social media and people and I'm reading Oliver Gunnar is back. He's the new champion. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This dude had a career threatening neck injury. Or at least remotely close to career threat. He couldn't wrestle again. And not only he comes back to do what he did, and now he's the champion. I mean, you've overcome the odds. I've seen you in big matches. You overcome the odds. Now, Garner, he's rejuvenated, obviously. And now he feels like he's on top of the mountain. And that only makes him a target to everyone in the locker room, including the former champion. So
That's right.
2025 is going to be a roller coaster for him. He
Oh,
better he better have all the security. He better have all the protection he gets because I've seen the happy side of Berto and I've seen that emotion driven. I've seen the dark side of Berto, and I don't think he's gonna went into that side. I truly believe. So he's lucky Grindhouse is one show a month because if it was an every week thing, you're gonna be hunting him down.
oh
You
yeah.
and you and Hippo. Hippo probably gonna have to chime in. Hippo look like he ready to bite somebody right now.
I
Uh
mean, I mean, when he took his belt, even that was just
oh no.
heartbreaking. I mean, I thought out of everything, we would have kept that one at least, but no. I mean, the rules are the rules. We're a team. I'm not the champion, so they had to take his belt too. But again, mark my words, it's not over for a long shot. And he's a talented wrestler. I don't know why he did what he did the way he did. But again, nobody saw it coming, not even me.
Yeah.
And when things like that happen, I mean, that's like I said, it only took 1 second. 1 second.
Oh yeah. Um so that's what wrestling is. Brings the emotion. You are one of the most beloved wrestlers that I know.
Thank you.
Ain't nobody. I've never run into anyone that says I hate Berto. Like you are a very kind, genuine soul. Just always positive and just uplifting people. You're a veteran in the business. You've put the mileage in. You've won championships. You traveled to Mexico. I mean, you are the most genuine people I know in wrestling.
Thank
And
you.
you do bust my chops because I don't get enough pictures with you.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I had to beg for the picture for the one for you because every time I try to find you, I'm like, where do you? I know I saw him, but then it was like that one Grindhouse show. I was like, I'll be darned if he's gonna leave without taking a picture.
Look, yeah, he got me a couple times. He got me. And look, man, you can't say no to Berto, man. So I given him some pictures. Um, and I try my best to get some clips in as well. Like I've become the clip man at this point. For every show that I go to. So um, that's I love Grindhouse. Shout out to Tough Tony.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody in that locker room. A lot of hard working competitors. Obviously, congratulations to Vanessa. She's about to be a mom later this year.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to be on the sidelines for the foreseeable future.
Oh yeah.
And
She'll be back.
Larkin, congrats to her. She's took a big step in her career, and she's always going to be Grindhouse. It'll always be her home. Um, so yeah, that's what I love about Grindhouse. They build talent. They see them from the early stages, work their way up, and see them blossom. So, how would you describe the atmosphere of the Grindhouse show? What makes it different from the other shows that you go to?
Oh man. Right away is that family feeling. I mean, it's like no other in the locker room and on the other side of the curtain. I mean, like I said, I've seen you at the show, and you can see how we come out, we interact, but we just don't interact. I mean, even the kids, the adults. I mean, it's they're truly entertained with the heels and with the baby faces. And I mean, I came in 2019, early 2020, and they let me do my thing. You know, coming from OVW, I figure I had a few more years or a few more matches left in my belt, and they let me experiment, and one thing led to another, and yeah, I owe Tony and Ronnie a lot for helping me work and putting all of this together. And the locker room, they're young and they're hungry. They're very talented, very respectful. I can't say nothing bad about anybody. I mean, I love them all. Uh, and they know that I can be hard sometimes, but it's tough love. That's because I'm one of the oldest ones in the locker room. So it, I don't want them to just slide. I want them to know, and know the right way, and know at least what I've learned so far, and try to bestow it on them, because I've always been taught, for each one, teach one. And like I said, they're all a great group of kids. So first and foremost, I would say just the family atmosphere.
I totally agree with it is definitely a family in that locker room. And so Grindhouse, they usually do shows every last Sunday
Well,
of
the fourth,
every fourth
every fourth
Sunday,
Sunday. Yes.
every fourth Sunday of the month, unless it lands on a holiday, and then it'll probably be a third Sunday, whatever. But for the most part, every fourth Sunday of the month. The next show is on February 23rd. And man, they just had a blockbuster announcement. They are going to have Violent J of the Insane Clown Posse, and
Yeah.
also for Juggalo Championship Wrestling will be in attendance. Big announcement for Grindhouse uh, as of yesterday. So there's going to be some Juggalo fields at Grindhouse on the 23rd. Get your tickets.
Yeah.
And that's going to be, it's always a packed crowd.
Oh, yeah. It's always a sellout,
It's
man.
always a
Love
sellout.
it.
But man, yeah, you might want to get the tickets a lot quicker than later. Because, yeah, get your
Yeah, go on the
tickets.
website, grindhouse.com, get
Yeah,
on the link, get your tickets now before they run out.
yeah. So I'm definitely going to be there. Kevin Thrives is there. The
Yeah.
new woman's champion, Allie Albright, will be having her first title defense against her former friend Dixie Douglas. Speaking of the women's division, going through some changes. There's a new addition, new challenger, new competitor looking to make a mark in the women's division. Tegan Rose
Yeah.
will be there as well. Who knows what she has in store? Um, Now you, Mr. Berto, you will be at Bullpen Pro Wrestling this Saturday for their Unfriended show. Speaking of sellouts, it was just announced that their show for this Saturday, as far as seating, is officially sold out as well.
Yeah.
So there's only standing room left for $5. So you get your tickets for that. How you feeling about a new up and coming promotion? It's Bullpen. You was at the first show last year. They are looking to build in the Kentuckiana area. How are you feeling about Bullpen Pro Wrestling?
It's a like you said, it's a young promotion. Um, the first show was November 2nd.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, so far from what I've gathered, it comes across as a good promotion, wanting good feedback from the fans as well as from us in the back. But again, it's only been one, but they've gone to grindhouse shows and as individuals, I know some of them, behind the scenes of Bullpen, and they're good people. Now you put them all together, we'll see what happens. But so far, everything's good. I can't say nothing bad about it.
Yeah, for my experience at the debut show, I enjoy the show. Now, if you're a TNA, if you're an old school TNA fan, they got the six-sided ring, which is a very unique experience.
It's different.
Especially for those who's never stepped foot in a six-sided ring. It's a lot different. It's very challenging. Depending on who you are, what your move set is, how you approach things. But Bullpen, I got high hopes for them. I believe they look, Kentuckiana wrestling is just it's just been growing for years. Grindhouse has been a mainstay for a very long time, and obviously OVW as well. They got the story history. But Kentuckiana, you starting to see new promotions. You starting to see new talent. You starting to see people travel. It is a wrestling hub. Louisville to Jeffersonville to New Albany. I love that New Albany brewery. I love it. The All Lady Impeccable hops. I was there for Paradigm a couple times last year. So yeah, get Saturday. This Saturday, Unfriended is the name of the show.
Yeah.
They got Zion Brookside for TNA in the building, challenging for the vacated women's championship against Dream Girl Ellie. Grindhouse Alum, lovely Miss Larkin, challenging Ari Alexander. And this was just a brief announcement. That is going to be for a brand new championship for Bullpen.
Yeah.
So it is a stacked show. This man, Berto and Hippo will be there as well. Um, Check it out, man. It's a fun atmosphere. Now the first show was on it was an early afternoon show, which is very rare. But this Saturday show will be an evening, a traditional evening starting format. So get your tickets for the standing alone. So you can at least get your glove on, get your food ready and stuff like that. So Porto, you got that coming up. You got Grindhouse coming up. You got any other upcoming shows? Maybe going back to Mexico in the future. What you got on the horizon?
Actually, I am. I'm going back for my I'm going back for my eighth trip or ninth, eighth or ninth. But yes, I'm going back to Mexico the weekend of March 29th. Going back to Morelia, Mexico for SCW Strong Classic Wrestling.
Hmm. Wow. So let's talk about the Mexico experience. You've been there numerous times.
Yes.
How and we all know anybody that knows wrestling knows Latino fans that culture is definitely different. The atmosphere is different. The crowd energy is different.
Yes.
How would you just how would you describe that experience? Just being in front of that crowd, with and just seeing how happy they get seeing you and Hippo just put on these amazing matches and stuff. How would you describe the atmosphere of these Mexico shows that you've been to?
Well, at first, it was nerve-wracking because, again, uh, with Mexico, it's a lot of lucha, it's a
Yeah,
lot of quickness, And here I come, and I come with the, classic, old school style.
yeah,
And Rene El Cabron from Morelia, Mexico, and the promoter of SCW uh, gave me a shot when I delivered a email with my wrestling resume, and I went with my best friend and little brother Corey Calhoun, which I want to give him a shout out because it wouldn't have been possible with him, and I love the guy to death. And we went down there, and I'll never forget. It was at their dojo, and I went up against their head trainer, Obituary. And at their dojo, what's different about theirs, which I love, is not only do they teach lucha, they also teach Western style wrestling because they have talents from all over the world, and they mainly focus on the Western style, because they want their school to be versatile, and I just thought that was amazing, and not a lot of schools do that in Mexico. So when I went out there, I just went out there as fun loving, Berto and Hippo trying to talk to the crowd, and at first I didn't know Spanish and they didn't know me, and it was kind of nerve wracking. The My opponent then handed me a beer to relax, and it was a Mexican beer. It was Dos Equis, as a matter of fact. And I took a sip, and then next thing you know, I spoke a little Spanish, and the crowd thought that was crazy. And then he told me to go ahead and drink the beer, and I drank the beer, and next thing you know, I said "Viva Morelia, Mexico," and I started speaking Spanish, and they thought it was nuts. And my style, with the lucha style, it was something different, and yeah, one trip now it's turned into 8. I held the championship for almost a year there. So yeah, they've taken a liking to us. Uh, I met at a at one of their shows, El Hijo de Vikingo from Lucha Libre, and we took a picture, and he wanted to hold Hippo, and he let me hold the AAA championship, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, of course, see, and yeah, I mean, it's been great, man. The people have been great. I mean, wrestling down there, it's just, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's on a level here, but there, it's on a different level, and oh, it's always so hard to come back, because it's like down there, it's like the people, the food, everything is just ridiculous, ridiculously awesome. And then you come back here and everything's great, but it's like I just want to go back and wrestle.
All I know is Proto gets love everywhere, no matter the location, no matter the occasion, and that's a testament of your hard work and your dedication that you put into this. Um, and seeing guys like you, just you having fun. You're having fun doing this. You just let it all sink in. And just seeing how you interact with the kids. You know, Wrestling has a way of just giving people that escape from
Yeah.
whatever it is that they're going through at the time. Two wrestling shows be like 2.5 hours to 3 hours long, depending on the promotion. But well, that amount of time just it say something, man. Like wrestlers, they put their bodies on the line. They go through the bumps and bruises. They go through that pain and whatnot. But man, when they get that reaction from the crowd, they get that, it just gives them a purpose. You know what the purpose is. So I admire you, Berto. I think young Kenny would have had a kick out of Berto. You know what I'm saying? I think he would have. He definitely would have. He definitely would have got a kick out of Hippo. You know,
Over is
so
crazy. Everybody
yeah,
loves Hippo.
everybody loves Hippo. So y'all check out Berto this Saturday, Bullpen Pro Wrestling Unfriended. The show is sold out as far as seating, but you can get standing tickets for $5 at the door. Um, so, woo, and remind you, this is their second show. That this promotion is done and it's sold out as far as seating. So they're making progress
Yeah.
from show one to show two. And check out Berto at Grindhouse on the 23rd. Violent J, Insane Clown Posse in the building. Juggalo Championship Wrestling take coming to Grindhouse. Who knows? Anybody that knows ICP, they like to get wild. And
Yes, they do.
so Sunday afternoon, if you think things are gonna pipe down a bit because it's an early show, now they get wild wherever they go. So who knows that maybe a partnership between Juggalo and Grindhouse could be on the horizon, perhaps.
I think it's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible indeed. Thank you, Berto and Hippo, for being on the show. Congrats on everything, on an incredible career. You got so much more to do. You definitely want your revenge against Oliver Gunner. Uh, and we all going to be staying tuned to that. So, Gunner better watch his back. He better watch
Back,
it.
his front, his left side, right
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, he just better watch. He just better check his surroundings on the
Yes.
23rd. Because he's not gonna get a nice warm welcome back to Funhouse after his actions. I'll tell you that right now. Uh, so Berto, thank you again, man. You enjoy your evening. I will see you this Saturday at New Albany, Indiana.
Thank you, brother. And I'll see you then, Kenny. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thank you. Y'all take care.
You too.
All right. All right.